greetings and oh, happy day, my League of Eagles. It's Wednesday, and I'm so grateful that you're here because we gather every Wednesday for another episode of Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, and we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and many other social media platforms. You know, it's a gift for me to be connected with you today and always. I am Joy Ruffin, your minister of enlightenment, awareness, and awakenings, and your signature style specialist. So this month, what is our theme? Your power in full bloom. This is the ending word, unfolding. And so every week we bring to you a featured guest speaker. And today, it's no exception. We have Coach E. Now, there's a lot more that I'm going to be sharing with you when I bring her up. But just for now, I want to, because I didn't put this in, I want to tell you a little bit about her. She is a career and leadership coach, speaker, and author who helps women rediscover purpose, strengthen their confidence, and make intentional, that's a buzzword now, intentional decisions. And there's so much more I could share with you about her, but you know what I like to do? I like for you to sit back and buckle in and get yourselves comfortable, grab whatever's going to make you comfortable, and tune in and listen to our featured guest speaker. Coach E, she labels herself, or others have labeled her, but her name is Yvette Evans. And so all I want you to do is help me to greet her, and then we're going to start this wonderful conversation. So as they say on the telly, Coach E, come on up and welcome.
Thank you so much. So glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad to have you here because one of the things that I love, and it's aligned with what I do in a different way, because I'm all about know thyself and self-confidence and self-worth. And it seems like we're talking about this a lot because we as women, we're about that now. I want you to give us a little brief synopsis of the work that you do now, how you came to do it, and why you love it and are so passionate about it. And then we're going to start the conversation.
Yes. Thank you so much, Joy, again for having me.
My pleasure.
As you stated, I'm known as Coach E. I help women who look successful on the outside, but feel unsettled on the inside. So I help them realign, not just professionally, but also personally, so they can move with clarity and confidence instead of feeling like they just have to perform and then be devalued. So I'm a leadership coach, as you said, but what I bring to my coaching that has additionally made me so passionate about it is that I'm a former executive, and I worked in the federal human capital leadership area for over 40 years.
No.
40 years. I know I only look 40.
Yeah, no.
And I was trained as an international coach, and I'm certified for coaching for over 10 years. And now, as the founder of my own business, RYSE Enterprise, I now help women to elevate their presence, strengthen their leadership voice, and position themselves for strategic growth. And so I do a program to help women, and I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Yes.
But yeah, that's why I'm so passionate, because I've walked the walk, I've talked the talk, and now I have an opportunity to give back to like-minded women.
Well, this is why, Yvette, I love what you do, because it is aligned with what I do, because I'm always saying to myself and to women, it's all about know thyself and however you do that. And, just this Monday, I had a beautiful conversation with a lovely lady who talked about the difference between self-confidence and self-worth. And there she is. Yvette is an amazing leader. And so are you, my lady. She talked about the difference, Dr. Lori Davis, about self-worth and self-confidence. And that's what you're doing. We're all doing it in different ways, but we're going to meet at the same ending line. So tell us, how and did you come to explain to us your title, Coach E, CEO, RYSE Enterprise? I want to get to that before we get to the meat and potatoes.
Yes. So, as a coach, that's why I use that term. But E just is my last name.
Uh-huh.
So Coach E just resonated with me. And I was like, yes, I like that. So I'm going to use that. Now, RYSE, RYSE,
Yes.
my business, it stands for reach, yearn, soar, and excel. And most people spell rise with an I. I spell it with a Y because my first initial is Y. So I came up with RYSE. But
Uh-huh.
more importantly, those four words are the underpinning of the strategy that I use and I walk women through as we journey towards their purpose.
I don't think you could have come up with a better way of expressing what you do. And I like that you started off with reach, because the other three words are what anyone who wants to aspire and rise to the level of their purpose that they're intended to. The reason that we're all here is you
Yeah.
yearn for your own success and sharing it with others. You soar, you rise like the eagle into the clouds to do all the things that you need to do, and you nurture others in the process. And in the process of doing that, you excel. So I love that. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty of what you do, because I love this. Why do, and I know it's varied, but why do so many successful women still feel unfulfilled? That's a biggie, because Dr. Lori and I talked about the difference between self-confidence and self-worth. A lot of people are cocky and self-confident, but they don't have that feeling of self-worth. So what do you find with successful women and that?
Well, let me first start, Joy, with saying I spent years in HR at the executive leadership level,
Mm-hmm.
fighting to get in rooms where the decisions were being made.
Yes.
Once there, I kept noticing something. Brilliant women were either being devalued or minimized. We
Mm-hmm.
had to over explain, we had to under negotiate, we had to wait our turn, and often we were silenced. And if I'm honest, I've had, seasons of that even outside of the federal government. But I was achieving, but I was not valued. And so
Mm.
I had to confront the difference between being successful and being purposeful, or we can use one of our favorite words, being intentional.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that journey, that experience really forced me to slow down and ask some deeper questions of myself. Who am I without titles?
Mm.
What and who do I actually align with concerning my values? And why have I felt the need to shrink to impress others?
Mm.
These are key questions to figuring out why successful women don't feel they feel unfulfilled. And
Mm.
so we've got to address those questions and come to an understanding that your success is only as great as the internal belief about yourself.
You got it. You nailed it. Absolutely. So, Yvette, Coach E, how does the programming, conditioning, how we've been sexualized, objectified, and marginalized, how have you found that to fit in to the corporate business professional level of women who are devalued and minimized and not valued, and they're shrinking? How do you find thus far? You know the answer. How does that fit in, though, today? Because today it's about us waking up and
Mhm.
owning our power. I love the word power, but a lot of humor and humility and compassion added to that word. So, what do you find with that for
Yeah,
women today?
for women, and it's not just today, but for many women, we were taught that we had to work hard
Yes.
We couldn't advocate for ourselves. We can be capable, but not visible.
Mm-hmm.
And so that causes self-doubt that creeps in very subtly, and it whispers to us that maybe I should wait.
Mm-hmm.
This is not my time. Maybe I'm not as qualified as the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Those self-doubting thoughts creep in and cause us to not want to move forward in the things that we are already so well prepared for, but we are waiting for someone else to validate us.
Yes. And Dr. Lori Davis, she completely agrees with you, and so do I. And as my momsy would say, uh, Coach E, anybody with half a brain would. I love that expression. When I was younger, I didn't like it. I used to say, but now I have humor added to it, so I get it. Beautifully expressed. And that said, how do you think that this thing that we have with knowing when you've outgrown a season or a role? And I'm asking you this, Coach E, because I'm finding at this stage and beautiful time in my life, season of my life, that
Mm,
this anti-aging having women so fearful of aging. So
mm.
how do we know when we've left one era of life and moved into another, a season of life that probably, if we own it, could be more profitable and endearing to us?
Yes. I think, one of the pillars, I deal with 4 pillars in my
Good,
coaching program.
wonderful.
And one of the pillars is the second one, which is self-affirmation,
Yes.
where we start identifying our strengths, our values, and our gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Ask ourselves, what really energizes me?
Mm-hmm.
Where do I feel the most impactful? And when you are able to answer those questions for yourself, you know what happens? Your purpose starts to evolve
Ooh.
into this new season of life. And
Yes.
you start becoming uncomfortable where you are and having a drive that there is something else out there that I'm supposed to be doing.
Ooh, I love the way you express that. It's so on point. It speaks in simplistic ways about everything. I just think that what you're doing and how you're going about it. But tell us the other 3 pillows that you work with. You gave us the one, but now I want to know the other 3.
Yes. So I start out with self-awareness.
Uh-huh.
And this is the stage in the coaching process where we really try to unpack the limiting voices, the limiting patterns,
Mm.
triggers that are in your ear, which we in the psychology arena, we call them saboteurs.
Yes, yes.
And so we have to identify that. And I know a lot of people don't want to address the negative, but if we can't address something, we can't move forward in it.
Absolutely. I completely
So
agree. Hmm.
self-awareness, we have to come to grips with who's holding me back, and is it sometimes my own self, my own inner voice that's holding me back. The second pillar is self-affirmation. And this is where we start aligning the client with their strengths, their values, their gifts, because your purpose is directly related to your God given gifts.
Yes, 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 yes.
What you are good at is what God put you here to do.
Mm.
He would not have given us a gift that He did not want us to use.
Absolutely.
And so we spend time with the ladies, really helping them unpack that gift, their values and strengths, making sure all that's aligned. And what this does, Joy, is
Hmm.
that it takes them out of that negative space
Yes.
and moves them now into a positive place where they can start making some momentum.
Okay.
Our third pillar is called self-advocacy. And this is where the actual visible movement starts to take place. And we do this through practical action planning. It's where we start taking those strengths, those values, and those gifts, and we place them in actionable items aligned with what goals they have. Because I am a believer that if your goals and your strengths align, you setting yourself up for success.
I agree. Yes.
And lastly, we deal with
Yes.
actualization. And this is where we take that action plan that we've set up, because now we've got some energy around this action plan. It's starting to feel like it is achievable. And we then start implementing those action items in bite-sized proportion so that we can now start realizing the actualization of our goals. And in this stage, we wrap it up with a nice bow, if you will, called accountability,
Yes, yes.
where
I
we start, where you have opportunities to check in and see how are things going. Do we need to make adjustments to the plan? It's not failure, it's learning what didn't work so we can do it better next time.
Oh my God, it all sounds so feasible. And what I like the way that you ended that, we start off with bite-sized pieces because so many people, it's overwhelming. And so many maybe probably aren't really open and aware enough to know that maybe they're not quite on the right course, that the heavens, a higher source, supreme being, whoever and whatever you choose to use or utilize has put you on. So I think that's great. But when you talk about the discovery of that, when you work with women and they come to you, what do they come to you first with? Because there's self-doubt there that's impacting their confidence and their decision making. So what do you find most of them come, what is the one of the keys that they come to you wanting to explore more and to change, to transform?
I think the women don't have clarity, full clarity on what it is they need to do to get where they want to get to. Many are quite clear on where they want to end, but they're not sure about the road to get there. And that's where I work with them. And I have a 50-50 kind of rule that I work with. Clarity plus strategy equals confidence.
I like that.
I help them get the full, understand the full clarity going through those first two steps. Then we do the strategy in step 3. And then the confidence comes in step 4. They're ready to go off and accomplish their goals.
Yvette, I love that because I know for sure, no hesitation, no question mark, that that's the path to go on. And I like the way you said clarity, strategy, and that leads to confidence. And I'm sure that the majority of women come to you, and that's why I love your RYSE, RYSE, because they're reaching, they're wanting to get to something, and it's like unknown or undeveloped within, but they know it's there. So they're yearning for something.
Yes.
And they want to rise and excel in it. So I get that. My lady, we're going to take a quick little reset here. My engineer is going to scoot you in the green room, and I'll be back with you in just a second. And we're going to show you a graphic. And then we're going to come back and we're going to align what you just shared with us in the best way with reconnecting with purpose, the God-given purpose that we all came here to excel at, each and every one of us differently, but uniquely ours. So hold tight. Oh, my lady love, and Dr. Lori Davis, thank you for joining us today. It was a pleasure being with you on Monday. Let me share this with you. If you are not a member of this fabulous group, Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, I'm not a sexist, and I love men, and I bet you do too, but I'm working and geared towards predominantly working with women for the wake-up call that we've all been called to. So we're asking you to come and share your vision, mission, and purpose, because they're all kind of aligned. And that's what Yvette Evans is sharing with us, Coach E, today. You shine, you lead, and you leave behind your legacy. And it's not too small or too large. Whatever it is, it's yours. And that's what your gift was put here within you to develop and excel at, so that you can in turn share it with all the others who need your guidance. And you wouldn't be reaching out to a Dr. Lori Davis or Coach E, Yvette Evans, or myself if you didn't feel that yearning, that wanting to excel at whatever it is that you're doing. So please go and join this group. Take a screenshot or a snapshot of everything that I'm showing you, even though this live stream is going to be evergreen everywhere. And then I have a YouTube channel, Joy Ruffin, Fashioning Femininity, Style, and Truth, because the fashion is just the exterior, but it has to emanate from within and showcase the divine femininity that you have and the truth and the style within you. And there's so many ways that I do this with you. So make sure you get to YouTube, take a glance. This is every Thursday at all the different means and ways that I can connect with you and guide you if you have a question mark about anything that has to do with your know thyself and how you show up, your image, your presence, and the greatness within you. Now let's take a look at Coach E's graphic. Rediscover your purpose. And that's what we're going to go back, reconnecting with your purpose, rediscovering it. Take a screenshot, take a snapshot. She has her LinkedIn tree here. So everything is there for you to connect and be aware of all the options that she offers you. And even what she's sharing with us today is the beginning seeds of what can be more impactful and powerful for you. So again, take a screenshot, take a snapshot, and whatever you do, you know what I'm going to say. Make sure you make the connection here and now. Coach E, let's go back to how you ended before I took the reset. Reconnecting with purpose. Share with us a little bit more about this and how are you supporting people with reconnecting to their purpose? And I have to share that it took me a long, long time to get to knowing and understanding mine. I started off with the surface purpose, and now I'm going to the depths and the bottom, the soul of it. That's why I always say heart and soul connected. So how do you help and support people, aid them in reconnecting with their purpose?
Women that I work with, I encourage them to give themselves permission to pause.
Ooh, I like that.
You know, we're often moving so fast and not realizing, are we working on the things that are priority to us, that are aligning with where we need to go?
Mm-hmm.
And we're taught as women, mothers, daughters,
Mm-hmm.
to keep performing, keep achieving, keep producing. But I discovered that purpose requires an inner and outer reflection. We have to slow down long enough to see ourselves through the lens of our own story.
Ooh.
So I recently published my book, Rediscover Your Purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Real stories, real struggles, and real strategies. And it's a journey with women through purposeful pain leading to powerful promises. And so until we can embrace our story, all of its good and its bad,
Yes. And it's
because
so.
no one knows it like you,
Yes.
then we can't fully align with our purpose. And so I help them to develop that courage to embrace that story, but be willing to move forward into this new season, this new arena that will feel very uncomfortable at first, but it's going to come with all of its benefits and joys if you stay with the path.
Yvette, I love the way you express that, because you started off with, first off, pause. Pause. This is great. Thank you so much, Dr. Lori. I think when you pause and you hesitate and you sit back, whatever time frame that takes,
Yes,
and think and give it some thought, then you're ready to move on, which is where we're going to end. This is why I label this group of women that I'm aligning with a league of eagles, because eagles have the wisdom and the strength to be powerful and yet nurture. And that's one of the, and the vision to see ahead. So all of that and beyond the surface, beyond that. And that's exactly what you're saying in different verbiage, but it's the same thing. Now that leads us to the ending here where you say moving with awareness, alignment, action, and accountability. That's what most all of us are aiming for. We want to move with awareness. And that's why I said I'm the minister of enlightenment, awareness, and awakenings, because it's time for us all to wake up and own our power, but own it with humility and compassion and a lot of humor, because, you know, it is what it is. But that said, how do you already mentioned it, but allude to it one more time, moving with awareness, alignment, action, and accountability, because that's what I think most everyone who wants to excel in what they're doing, that's what they want to do.
Yes. We first must understand we are not behind. We are just evolving.
Love that.
Sometimes the road, we want to ride a faster road to get where we need to get to. But this is a journey, not a sprint.
Woohoo.
And so did I ever doubt myself? Yes. But I came to the place where I understood that if I'm going to, and this is an old saying, most people know it. If I want something different tomorrow, I've got to do something different today. So I try to encourage women to think about, what do you want your destination to be? What do you want your legacy to say? And go backwards from that. Because if you don't know where you're headed, you don't know how to get directions to get there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt about it. You know, Yvette, Coach E, Yvette Evans, I love all three together. The work that you're doing is inspiring, it's inspirational, and it's so needed. And that's why I'm so honored that you're here to share this information with us today. The time flies here. I say this every week, and I could go on and on and on, and so could you. But give us a takeaway, food for thought. What do you want people to walk away with? What are your parting words? And while you're doing that, or after you're doing it, after you do it, my engineer is going to put up your graphic one more time. But what are the parting words that you want us to take away here today? You gave us so much platinum, gold, silver, everything that it's hard to pinpoint. But whatever you want to leave us with, the stage is yours.
I just have a few simple words that I want to leave with all the ladies out there. If you're a woman who wants more clarity on fulfilling your purpose, get my book.
Yes.
Because your purposeful days aren't behind you, they are ahead of you.
Ooh,
and the pain that you've experienced isn't wasted. It was just preparation for your next season. And that's why I wrote this book, Rediscover Your Purpose, because I believe every woman deserves to know that she was created on purpose and for a purpose. Our struggles aren't roadblocks. They're just the pathway to it. And so I encourage women to build the confidence to know that everything you need is inside of you, and purpose just helps to pull it out of you. And connect with me on my social media platforms. I would love to hear from you. You can actually sign up for a complimentary coaching session that I'm offering through Joy's platform today. You can go to my Linktree website. So it's the Linktree / Yvette Evans. There you will find all of my social media links, my website links, how you can get the book, purchase some merch, and all of the good things to stay connected with me. I just recently also launched a RYSE group coaching program. So that's out there as well. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Joy, for having me.
I'm honored to have you here. It's been my pleasure. And I'm a perennial student ongoing, so I learn all the time and love learning. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My engineer is going to put you in the green room, and I'll be with you in just a second. Oh my goodness, how the time flies here. It just really goes by much too quickly. Yvette Evans, Coach E, has left us with some absolutely powerful seeds to work with. And your assignment, she's in Leading Ladies, is to meet and greet with her there and all the other avenues that are open to you, and make sure you connect with her. And I thank you for sharing this moment with us. You know that I honor your presence, your energy, and your openness to growth. I have to think that without empowerment, liberation is incomplete. They go hand in hand. And Yvette, Coach E, spoke to that. As we let go of old conditionings, space is created for true empowerment to take place. And Coach E spoke to that brilliantly today. So join me next week for another soulful conversation with another featured guest speaker. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Joy Ruffin, Fashioning Femininity, Style, and Truth. And also make sure that you align with the packages. These packages are just the beginning seeds of what can be for you in your legacy empowerment movement to be who you are meant to be, finding your purpose and adhering to it at its highest vibration, excelling in it is what we're saying, so we can stay connected. And if you want to go deeper, you go to my offerings on my YouTube channel, joyruffin.com. I invite you to explore many of the offerings there. Beautiful things are always unfolding. And remember the theme, your power. It's all about your power in full bloom unfolding. So until next time, my eagles, I love saying my eagles because you're a different breed of men and women. Stay grounded, stay connected, stay confident, and let your light lead the way. Until the next time, from my heart to yours, much, much love and all the best. Can't wait to join you again and soon. Much love. Cheers.